Can you hear me now, Teresa? Teresa, tell me if you can hear me now. You still, okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. It was my microphone. Thank you 1,000 times. Thank you, Teresa. We're good, everyone, yes? You look so pretty, but I can't hear you. Okay, let's see. Is it Leela? Leela, can you hear me now? Thank you, Leela. Come on, everyone chime in and let me know if you can hear me well before we get started. Come on, someone else give me another a comment or thumbs up and let me know if you can hear me. Let's see, I've got 3 thumbs up now. You can hear now. Okay. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's start from the beginning here. Erica Papillon-Posey here of Suits Souls by EPP. I am coming to you live from Florence, Italy. Many of you know that Florence is like a second home for me. Hello, hello, hello. Shout out to Philly in the house. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm coming to you from Florence, Italy. Some of you who, if you are a frequent viewer to my channel, know that Florence, Italy is like a second home for me. I am currently going through the migration process into Western Europe here, which has been a lifelong dream of mine as a former opera singer of over 20 years or so. It was always my desire to move to Western Europe. And with the current dumpster fire administration that we have, I felt the need to put a rush on the process and get through it. There are a lot of layers in the migration process, as you might imagine. So I was always coming back and forth anyway. I have many friends here, as many of you know. I also lead a tour here in the Florence, Tuscan region. And I wanted to come to you live today because my last 3 episodes, I have had to bank my regular normal Sunday episodes because of this major technological outage that occurred with Amazon Web Services that affected so many other platforms like Canva. Canva is where I actually produce all of my episodes from beginning to end. And there is still a glitch, a bug in the application, and I have not been able to use any of my episodes. So I'm still fighting with them to figure out what is the problem. But I know many of you are thinking, where is your hair, girl? Where is your hair? I cut it all off. I spoke to you in previous episodes. I even donned a wig at one point because many of you said, before you cut it all off, try a wig first, see if you like it, and then go from there. So I went from there. But story time, as I tell you how this all evolved, actually today is 2 weeks that I have actually cut all of my hair off. If you go to my Instagram page or even my shorts, I have many, many shorts. You all know that I post shorts as regularly twice a week, and then my long form video is once a week. But all of my shorts, you can pretty much see that I have long hair, or I typically wear it in a severe bun. But my hair was quite long. I am very long hair. I was long hair identified, as I always had long hair my entire life, mostly because I've always been a singer since elementary school. And we were always taught to pull it back so that it is clean, neat, tucked, and tidy. But I'm moving into a new chapter of my life. I am dawning a new era, and it was time. I felt ready to shed the old and start new. As I said, I'm going through the migration process to Western Europe, and there are so many things, you guys, that I have changed this year of my life. I turned 55 this year, and I said, I think it was November of 2024. I retired in November of 2023. November of 2024, that entire year up to that point, I made a plan. I followed my plan rigorously and determined that I was going to do what I said I was going to do to enter into this new era and chapter of my life. And I have done the doggone thing. And I'm still becoming, as Michelle Obama would say, but I'm enjoying it. I'm a little afraid. But as Eleanor Roosevelt said, you need to do something that scares you every day. Every day of your life, do a little something that scares you. That means that you are growing. It signals growth if you just have a little fear. And I have always been one that is not afraid of change. So I do well with transition. And that is exactly what is happening to me right now with this hair. So as I said, story time. When I was 11, 12 years old, my father used to take my siblings and I with him to get his haircut, because the way my mother's and my father's work schedules worked, we always ended up with my father at those times of the day while my mother was at work, and he would take us with him to get his haircut. And being the curious bird that I am an Aries. I am a type A by nature. I do a lot of things well. You know the saying, jack of all trades, master of none? There's actually a second part to that saying. It's jack of all trades, master of none, but still better than a master of one. So being who I am, I would watch the barber cut my father's hair. And then after a few times of going to the barber shop with my father and asking copious amounts of questions along the way to the barber, whose nerves I'm sure I was getting on, he saw how curious I was and started letting me kind of shadow him, if you will. Again, I'm like 11, 12 years old. And long story short, when that barber died, I said to my father, I can do that. I can cut your hair. Because he was like, well, what am I going to do when he passes? He's passed. Who's going to cut my hair now? I was like, I can do it. I can do it. So not only did I do it, but that barber, when he passed, he actually gave me a lot of his tools, a lot of his, tricks of the trade, and literally his authentic original shears. And we're talking again, I was 11, 12 years old. So I began to cut everyone in my family's hair. My mother, my father, my siblings, my aunts, my uncles. So I always made side money from my family members doing their hair. So I've always had a knack for doing hair. And fun fact, I've never been to a beauty shop a day in my life. I have never been to a beauty shop a day in my life. I've always cut my own hair. And when I was in university, it was another way that I made extra money by cutting the hair of some of the ladies in my dorm. So I've just always had a knack for doing hair. So I cut all mine off myself. And I want to see if I can turn around a bit so you can see the back of it. But I think I'm super proud of her. I think I'm proud. You all let me know what you think in the comments of the do itself, right? But here's the back. Can you see it there? So it's kind of, swept to the side. And I actually am, God blessed me with a decent grade so that I don't even have to, I just wash it and I just wrap it and unwrap it and just kind of, comb it out and just let it go. But I feel free. I feel like I can see myself. Again, I was always long hair identified. So I really was, I had a moment when I was cutting it. I almost broke into tears while I was cutting my hair because I just never had the experience of not having long hair before. And, in our community, the African-American community, I feel like we're always vying for, we're being told that we can't grow our hair, that our hair is our crown and glory, and that you should not cut your hair. And, all these stereotypes and these euphemisms and, just all of these sayings that we have around our hair and being hair identified, period. But I don't feel any of that now. Again, it's been 2 weeks today that I cut it all off. I wanted to be able to sit with it for myself and feel myself in this new aesthetic, in this new do. this new coiffed look, right? And I'm rather loving it. I love the convenience of it. It's easy. It's fun. I think it's sexy. Again, there's something about it that makes me feel like I can just see myself better, you know? And everyone loves it. My daughter loves it. My grandbabies love it. My granddaughter said that I look like a baby doll, a little Barbie doll. So I got the Barbie doll pass, so I'm totally cool with that. Everyone that I know that I've spoken to loves it. I haven't been on social media very much in the past couple of weeks, and I intentionally, had photos and videos that if you've been on my Instagram page, you've seen. These are old photos and videos that I've been posting. So this is my first public outing with my new do. Woo! Oh my God. Okay, tell me what you all think. Tell me what you all think. I'm ready for whatever feedback you have. All that matters is that I love it. I'm proud of it. And it just was the final checklist item that I had been putting off to do before the end of the year to cement my evolution in 2025 before I move into my new chapter in 2026. I have so much to tell you guys about things that I'm doing. And I kind of wanted to give you a sneak peek, segueing into something else. So many of you know, as I just said, I just alluded to, I source a lot of my new products for my new lifestyle brand, Suits Souls by EPP. Here in Florence, Italy, there is an incredible, the equivalent of like a fashion district in an area called Prato, here in just outside of Florence. And I am going to show you a sneak peek of my new wrap. It is called the Siren. I am the Siren, Siren. I'm launching it formally in December. I chose not to launch it during this whole Black Friday melee and no spend November, which is what I wanted to speak to you all about as well, because I don't want us to spend. I'm not spending I think it actually starts on the 25th. Through December 3rd. November 25th through December 3rd is no spending. And I'm adhering to it, and I'm asking you all to do the same. As I said in one of my previous videos, I am not putting any affiliate links in any of my posts because I don't want you to buy. I'm not buying. I don't want you to buy. If you're insistent on wanting to know where I bought something from, you can message me directly and I'll give it the information to you begrudgingly. But I'll give it to you nonetheless. But I really don't want you to buy. I want us to hold steady. Many times, the only way that we can make a difference is with our dollars, especially living in a capitalist society, a capitalist nation. We do our talking with our dollars and the withholding of those dollars. So like myself, I hope that you will be adhering to this period of no spending for November. I'm going into through December with it, as I'm not doing any Christmas shopping as well. It also is important for me because I'm going through the migration process, as I said, and it is a costly process to do it the way that I'm doing it, because I'm actually using a formal agency to do my migration paperwork and things like that, because I want it done the right way. I don't want to just show up in another country. So it is a little bit costly. If you have questions about it, I'm happy to give you any information, as there has been a 400% uptick in passport applications in the United States, a 400% uptick in passport applications in the United States, because people are trying to get out of Dodge, as we say. And I'm one of them, as I said. So yes, I am, again, not affiliate linking anything. And honestly, because I have started my own lifestyle brand, why am I making money for those folks? Other corporations, other businesses, they don't need my little dollars or the dollars of my friends like you who are viewing me week in and week out. I decided to start my own brand and see what happens there. And as a sneak peek, like I said, the third in the launch of my new products is my wrap, and it's called the Siren. And I'm giving you just a little peek of her. She's 100% silk. She is an oversized wrap. Again, I'm delaying my pre-launch for her until December. I hope that you all will support me in purchasing her, but she is glorious. And when I say she's oversized, she is oversized. Again, she's over 6 feet in terms of the length of it and over 3 feet wide. So when I say oversized, she's a true oversized 100% silk wrap that I have sourced here from Italy. Italy is also known, in addition to its leather, you've heard me speak many times about leather here in Italy, but Florence in particular is also known for its silk. And I toured a beautiful silk factory when I was sourcing the material for this wrap, for my customized wrap here, from a silk factory from the 16th century. You heard me right, the 16th century. This silk factory and museum is so old, they still make the actual robes to this day for the Pope. Every pope that has come into existence, their robes are all created in this silk factory. So I'm so honored and so pleased to have been able to source this material from that very factory and museum. Just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I hope when I do the pre-launch for this scarf wrap, there's so many ways. I'm coming to you with a beautiful promotional video where I'm going to do the official launch and everything, but I wanted to provide a sneak peek for you all today and just let you see what's coming down the pike for my new lifestyle brand. And again, I hope that you will support me in all of that. I also, in one of my previous videos that you've not been able to see, again, because of the nonsense going on with the problem with the app and everything, I know that many of you have heard that my favorite designer of all time is Yves Saint Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent, to me, is the epitome of what fashion design is about. Now, yes, you know I'm an Italianite through and through, but Yves Saint Laurent, of course, is a French brand. And I don't know if many of you know, but Yves Saint Laurent is responsible for the modern women's suiting as we know it today. And you know what? Suits are my thing. Suits Souls by EPP. And they are responsible for the structure, the tailoring, the lines, the modern aesthetic of the woman's suit as we know it today. But because I'm always waxing poetic about Yves Saint Laurent, I have had the wonderful gift of having received my all-time favorite. I mean, I have been lusting over this tote for some time now. It is called the Icarus. And I know you will know it when you see it. And I'm reaching for it because I was able to travel with it. I received it before I traveled here to Florence on this trip. And I received it and I am just, I'm fit to be tied, over the moon. So I know that you'll notice this tote. Oh, I don't care if I never receive another luxury handbag in my entire life. You know that I also received the satchel, the small Yves Saint Laurent satchel that was actually gifted to me as well. But I guess I have spoken so much about this doggone tote that it was gifted to me. So I couldn't be more excited about it. It is everything that I thought she would be. Again, she is called the Icarus. And the logo here, I have never heard anyone speak at length about the actual logo here that came about. It is called the Cassandra, and the Cassandra is basically a pseudonym for the designer who was in-house at the time that actually designed this logo. So it is called the Cassandra, the actual logo here. The hardware is this tarnished gold And I don't know if you can see it very well here. It's coming up shiny, but it's actually really tarnished. And she's just a thing of beauty. Lambskin leather, again, oversized tote. It is like a 17 by 14 in terms of size. On the inside, it comes with this beautiful cosmetics bag here. Gorgeous. Again, all quilted, just like the bag itself. It has, I have lots of stuff in it because I went out today. An inside pocket for more compartment and storage. And as an additional aside to the gift of the tote, I actually received this cutie as an additional gift. Now, because of the quilting and everything, this is not the Chanel, but it is 100% lambskin leather, and they just sent it to me as an extra gift. The hardware here is phenomenal. It is fabulous. It is heavy. It is durable. Just fantastic, super cool. I hate that I'm showing it to you because don't ask me where it's from, okay? Because I don't want to send you the link to any of this nonsense, all right? But I wanted to show it to you because there was such a backstory to me having received the Icarus tote from Yves Saint Laurent that I have so coveted for so much time, right? What else is there? Okay, are there any questions? Does anyone have any questions for me while I run on here at the mouth? Because I can talk forever. Okay, send me some questions. Does anyone have any questions about my hair? About anything that I've said thus far? Okay, I'll keep checking. But as you all know, I just told you no spending. However, I cannot be in Florence and not go to Zara. As I have told many of you before, when you shop abroad, compared to the prices in the United States, there is like a 40% difference in cost, meaning 40% higher in the United States. That's not even counting your taxes or anything like that. So not only am I shopping 40% less here in Florence when I shop anywhere here, of course, but I also get my taxes back when I arrive at the airport to go back to the United States. So it's a win-win. So when I'm in the United States, I rarely ever, unless it's the rock bottom clearance prices that comes twice a year, the end of season sale and then the holiday sale, which usually happens August, and then coming up here at the end of the year. That happens with Zara. And that's when the prices are dirt cheap and really more affordable, just basically, right? But I did buy some things today from Zara, just some basics, really. I got 5 pieces from Zara. If you ever get the opportunity to go shopping or to come shopping here in Europe, you really, really, really should do it. Shopping is different. It feels different here in Europe. The experience, the overall experience is just so much better. The items that are offered are better. So the Zaras here obviously have offerings that we do not have in the United States, which is another reason why I always wait to shop when I get here. I just leave a little room in my bag and then I just, get what I need and I'm out of there. So for instance, the 4 or 5 pieces that I purchased today at Zara, y'all, I only paid 125 euro. 125 euro for 5 pieces. And they are some basics, really. I just wanted a few basics for the rest of the season, like these wool trousers that are tapered at the bottom. They're tapered, but they're almost like the barrel cut. And then these wide legs at the bottom. So it is a barrel that still goes into a wide leg. These wool trousers here that were, for instance, only 39 euro. In the United States, these are $69. Okay, 39 euro as opposed to $69 in the United States. So I got these. There's one pocket on the back, and I cannot wait to style these when I get home for you guys to see how awesome these are. I tried them on and they're fabulous. I also bought some more turtlenecks. What says I'm wearing a turtleneck right now, right? What says turtlenecks more than winter, right? Winter, fall, Like that is the time for turtlenecks. These were €19, 19.99, so €20 essentially, but these are $30 in the United States. I like these because they have the little hardware, gold hardware on the wrist area here. And I got this in an olive color that also matches beautifully the leggings, the leather leggings that I have on. I'm actually wearing some Spanx textured, like snakeskin textured leggings here, again from Spanx, with this another Zara turtleneck that I'm wearing, and this Express infinity wrap also that I'm wearing. So I got this turtleneck in this olive color as well as in another black color. Again, they were $20, but they are 39 dollars. I'm sorry, 39 euro here in Italy. And then I got this dress. It is so beautiful. This was 39.40 euro, and it's actually $79 in the United States. All right. The thing that is super cute and I mean really different, and you know, I love things that have some variation and some whimsy to it. So here is it's a dress. So here is, and I'm sorry I don't have this on hangers. Again, we're doing it live here. So this is a long sleeve knit fitted dress, and the shoulder is open on one side. Ooh, this is going to be so hot and so sexy. I cannot wait to style this for you all. And when I saw the price of it, I was like, oh, baby, let me snatch this really quick. There were only two left, one large and one medium, and I took the medium. And because it is knit and it stretches, it's going to be perfect. It'll be fine. I cannot wait to style this for you all. And then I got some loafers that I have in the bag here. I don't want to walk away, but just some basic black loafers that were, again, 39.40 euro, and they were 79.80. They are $79.80 in the United States. So yes, shop when you can in Europe. How many of you have been to Europe? How many of you have your passport? Do you have your passports? Chime in the comments and let me know how many of you have your passports. As I have said in previous episodes and previous lives, something like only 46% of Americans have a passport. 46% of Americans have a passport. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. And I was actually shocked to learn that number when I did, because I just thought it would be so much more. But again, with the passport applications ensuing in the United States right now, that number is going to skyrocket very, very soon. So I think we've come to the end of our live. Let's see, did anyone have any questions? Hi, cooking while watching. Did you get a haircut? Yes, sugar free. Yes, baby, I did. I said you just came in and joined us a little bit late, but that is okay. Thank you for joining me. Yes, baby, I did. I cut it myself. I cut it all off. I'm loving it. It is it's super cool. It's easy. It's I love it. I actually am super happy with it. I told the whole story. You'll be able to watch this back to hear the story about why and how I was able to cut it myself. But just briefly, I've never been to a beauty shop a day in my life. I've never spoken to you all about it before, but I also have, it's another one of my hidden talents that I have for doing hair. As I said, I have always cut the hair of all of my family members. I've never had short hair a day in my life, but earned money in university, as well as from many family members, extended family at that, aunts, uncles, that used to pay me to cut their hair because my father would take me to the barbershop with him while he cut his hair. And being the type A Aries that I am, I just learned from watching my father's barber. When he passed on, he left all of his tools to me because he knew I was like his little apprentice after a certain point. And so I would practice. And my family trusted me enough as an 11 and 12-year-old at the time to be able to cut their hair. So I was able to just do it myself. I took today is 2 weeks that I've actually cut it all off. I took time, sat with myself, thought it through, determined how I wanted to do it. And I did, girl. I did. Earlier in the episode, Miss Sugar Free, I did a back shot as well to show you what the back looks like. I hope you can see it there. And I just kind of swept it to one side so that you can, just for convenience. It's just really easy. I love it. I'm happy with it. It's a final checklist item, as I said earlier, in a long to-do list that I had to achieve in 2025 before evolving into 2026. So there you have it. Thank you so very much for joining me on this live edition of Suits Souls by EPP. I didn't want to keep you all too long. I have something that I need to do. We actually do dinner late here in Florence. So actually it is going on 9 p.m. here in Florence. We are 6 hours ahead of the East Coast in the United States. So thank you for spending your afternoon with me. Go back and watch the beginning once it processes if you did not join me from the beginning. But I so appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your continued support. I promise to figure out this episode snafu technical bug that's going on that's preventing me from publishing these 3 episodes that I have banked that I'm sitting on because I can't figure out the nonsense, the technical issues that's going on in the meantime. So thank you. I will see you all soon. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and head on over to Instagram at Suits Souls by EPP if you've not already done so or you've not already followed me there. And then, as I said, my lifestyle brand at Suits Souls by EPP, you all know that I launched my style guide, the Style Muse Method. Head on over to the link in the description, if you will, and purchase my guide, please. Please. The standard edition is $18 and the deluxe bundle workbook edition is $28. If you could support me in that way, I would just be so appreciative. But again, thank you so very much. And we are signing out until next week. I post shorts every week. I post regularly on Instagram, and I hope to see you there as well. But I'll see you all another time. Ciao, Muses. Bye.